and we'll be recording. So if you don't want to be seen, we're just letting everybody know we're recording. It's a disclaimer. So what exactly is jerk cooking? And so, we have to have a little lesson, right?
Yes.
Right? Introduce yourself, chef.
Hi, I'm Chef Tanya, and I am the owner of Season Pro, where we season meats for your homes or your events. And those are vacuum seal meats. We have beef, we have chicken. You can also order organic meats as well. And we do infuse those with Caribbean flavors such as jerk, which we'll be doing today. And we also have
We can't hear you. We can't hear anything.
We can't hear anything.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally muted. You have to start from top.
Okay.
So we're starting. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Okay, it's glitches. There are glitches. Okay, hold on. Yeah, did you mute us? All right, so please introduce Chef Tanya. Who are you? Where you come from? Why and why is it you're so special? And thank you so much, very much, for doing this class for us today.
My pleasure.
So introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming into my kitchen where we'll be cooking a one-pot jerk chicken meal today. My name is Chef Tanya, and I am also the owner of Season Pro. So all you got to do is make your meal a Season Pro appeal. What we do is infuse meats with Caribbean flavors such as jerk chicken that we'll be doing today. Curry chicken, brown stew chicken, beef. We also provide organic meats if that's also a preference for our customers. And so I just hope today you'll enjoy what I'll be demonstrating today, and there'll be lots of options I will be walking you through today. So enjoy. Thank you for joining us.
And if you have any questions, just say it in the chat. We do have the beautiful daughter who's helping me with the back end of production. So just tell us, what is jerk? I mean, a lot of people talk about jerk and that is Jamaican, but not many people know that, yes, it is Jamaican. It's a typical cooking style that we use, but jerk is just a marinade. It's a seasoning,
It's
right?
a seasoning, yes. It comes in different textures. It comes in a paste, and that's what I'll be using today. One of the product that I use today is from Spurtree. That's my favorite of all. I'm not discrediting any other brands, but I prefer to use Spurtree because of the authentic taste that I get whenever I use the brown stew or the
Curry.
the curry. I made the curry last night. I made some curried shrimp in coconut milk.
You did it?
With some steamed jasmine rice, and it was yum. And this is the curry. And I also I am just head over heels with the jerk.
Yeah.
So you see the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No, well,
Yes.
that it's
So
funny they
I
talk
do-
about
I
it,
do use Spurtree.
but that's how I cheat with my rice and peas. So instead of getting the thyme and the this and the that in my rice and peas, I actually just put the jerk sauce in the
Yes.
rice and peas in the
Even in
rice
curry
cooker.
goat, even
Yeah.
when you're making curry goat,
Yeah.
you can just cheat and just take 1 tablespoon of jerk seasoning and
Throw
it
it
just change the whole flavor of
Exactly.
your curry. It just adds this flavor to your curry goat.
So that's
any
amazing.
vegetarian dishes, I'm telling you, you can get so creative with jerk in your vegetarian dishes, and I'll be giving an option. I don't know if it's something that would interest anyone. If you're avoiding meat or if you just do not eat meat, there's also an option for that tonight as well.
Yeah, no, but chicken is good.
Yes.
So chicken breast and shrimp and all of those fun stuff. So this is exciting. Thank you so much. So you ready to start?
Yes, I am.
All right. So we're going to do some close-ups.
Okay. So what we'll be using tonight is chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs. I like bone in because that's what I'm used to for my jerk. Bone. I love to crush the bones, and I just believe that there are certain parts of meat that carries more flavors. And so what I'm doing right now is just I'm preparing my chicken to rinse it. I like to rinse all my meat by using lemon or lime. Today I'll be using lemon. You can also add a little bit of salt to rinse and vinegar. I would recommend apple cider vinegar to rinse your meat. And I'm gonna start rinsing my meat. So what I do, I use a strainer just so I don't get any pulp or seed in my chicken.
Making me go back to my cameraman days.
Right?
So what does this rinsing do? I mean, like,
So
because
it just, for me, it cleans the meat.
it takes that
It
taste
takes
away. That's weird.
yeah, sometimes we said raw, or it
Yeah.
has that
Yeah.
smell, or it just does it's that smell of chicken, whatever you want to call it, that stench. So I like to rinse my meat, and I use cold water because hot water will cook your meat. Start cooking your meat for you. So avoid using hot water. And I also take off any feathers. Sometimes they have feathers. They have, you got to clean your chicken well. West Indians, I know some Canadians that do clean their chicken. Any visible fat, I remove all visible fat from meats. I remove all visible fat. You can do this on a cutting board as well. So for children, do not attempt doing this unless you have a parent guardian present to assist you. And so I think I've covered all of them.
Or you can buy the skinless, boneless.
You can buy,
everything.
right, you can
It
buy
just don't taste
skinless.
the
It's
same.
your choice. You don't even have to use chicken. You can choose to use turkey. I love jerk turkey. You guys should give that a try. I love jerk turkey. I chop it up and I marinate it the same way in which I marinate chicken. And I put it in the oven and it tastes just as good as chicken. So the preference is yours. The choice of meat is all yours.
And as you said earlier, you don't have to have meat at all.
And you don't have to have meat at all.
So what would you do? Use beans and stuff in there? Well,
Okay,
you'll
so
tell us
for
later.
Tonight, yes, so for tonight, you can use tofu. So you can choose to use firm or extra firm tofu.
Yeah.
You can also use mushrooms as well. You can get the really large ones, or you can just use these as well, because you'll get protein from mushrooms as well. Okay, so now that I've had my chicken all rinsed, I'm gonna start adding ingredients to my chicken. And that's how we're creating that one pot. You wanna get meal quick and ready to go. You can do, this is best if done overnight. So marinate your chicken, not your vegetables, but your chicken overnight. It's recommended, right? But if you're just rushing home and you've thawed your chicken or picked it up at the grocery store and you just wanna do that as well, believe me, it will taste just as good. Okay, so what I do, I have some potatoes. I already washed these. I used the brush and I scrubbed my potatoes really well because they were very dark and dirty. And I just go down the middle of the potato and I cut them in cubes. You can also purchase potatoes that are those little
Round ones, and just fling them
potatoes,
in.
and rinse them and toss them in.
Fling them
For
in.
me, cost effective is you buy a bag of potato, because you could always honestly make jerk potatoes. If you want, you could do stuffed potatoes or make some potato skin. So that's why I like buying like a large bag of potato and just try to use it up through as needed. So what I'm doing is cutting my potatoes in cubes and just tossing it in with my chicken. And the choice is yours. If you love potatoes, you can use any potatoes, white, the yellow potatoes, or the you can go potatoes, sorry, or you can use the red skin potatoes as well. So again, this
one
meal
pot.
is very flexible. It's accommodating.
Well, that's, in other words, what you have in your chicken, in your kitchen, flinging it.
Yes, just put what you have.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So this is like at the end of a grocery cycle, and you're looking through the kitchen and say, oh, what can I go and cook for dinner tonight? And you just pick whichever vegetable you want.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Yes, so I'm putting some, this one is a little bit too.
So potatoes going first because
So
what?
potatoes,
They're
no,
hard?
it doesn't matter. There's no specific order.
Oh.
No, there's no specific order. Because not, believe me, these are stuff that you can, they hold up to temperatures really
Okay.
well. So that's fine. So I did not peel the potato because the plantain, because I want to show those who do not know how to peel a plantain, those of you who do not know how to peel a plantain. So what I do is I take the ends off, both ends of the plantain, and I just put a line straight down. You can also go across like that, and then you can put the line, and then you remove your skin. This is not overly ripe plantain. You want to make sure that your plantain is nice and firm, because if it's overly ripe, your meal will not be a one pot. I don't even know what to tell you.
It'll be a one slush.
If you like green plantains, I love green plantains, but if you like green plantains, by all means, use your green plantains as well.
And if you want to learn how to make pressed green plantain, put it in the chat. Any other recipes you want to learn how to make, put it in the chat. Rest centers are happy to do this again. And we'll be doing a poll at the end of the session so that we can get your feedback, so we can make sure that we, you know, if you like this, we can do more.
Okay, again, no specific order. You can do your plantain, you can cut them down the middle and then make your cubes, or you could just cut them straight across. That's it's up to you. It's your choice. Now I'm gonna add the mushrooms. I love mushrooms, so don't mind me. I'll just drench this with mushrooms. And I don't really get rid of a lot from the mushrooms, other than I have washed everything before this session. So if you're not going to be using chicken and you're using tofu, that's fine. The more the merrier. You add lots of tofu, lots of mushrooms as well. You'll still get your protein.
Is this a good microwavable kind of like leftover kind of meal too? Like it tastes good leftover?
Yes, for leftover. Oh, that's when it even tastes better, right? Because the more you sit the meat in the jerk seasoning, which I'm using here, is the more flavor. Yeah. The more flavor that is added or infused into your meat.
Okay.
And your vegetables.
And welcome to those who have just joined. Can you please mute when you join so that we can make sure we can hear Chef Tanya? Thank you.
Okay, so I've added my mushrooms. Now I'll be adding some baby carrots. I chose baby carrots because I did not want to have to cut up a million veggies tonight, okay? So again, you can use the tricolor carrots in the mixed carrots. You can use those, peel and cut them in cubes or however you want to cut them, but I'm using baby carrots today.
So we have, let's do a recap for those who just came in. We have chicken, which we washed with lemon and cold water. And we have potatoes and carrots, and we have mushrooms, and we have plantain, not too soft, just enough firm plantain.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good. And now we're putting in?
I'm putting in some cooking onions for flavor.
Have to have onions.
You have to have onions. So I love adding cooking onions, not Spanish onions. It must say cooking onions. That's where the flavor is at.
And those who do not have children that don't like onions, like mine, I put the onion powder in.
Yeah, you
as
can
my
add
son
powder.
says, Mom, what do you put in there that we don't like that you actually? So there's a lot I put in there that they don't like. I just find ways for them to eat it.
Yeah, some kids, they do not like carrots. You don't have to like my daughter, she doesn't like carrots, so she always picks them up, but.
That's
yeah.
fine. She can, but that's a nice thing about the
Right.
miniature carrots you did. It's easy to pick out.
Yeah, you can pick the carrots.
Mhm.
And I'm just using some red onions because I like colorful plates. I like to jazz things up a bit. So I'm putting some red onions. Again, that's optional. Another veg that is optional is celery. Celery adds such a great flavor to Caribbean dishes. Whenever I make my chicken soup, I like adding celery in the chicken soup. There's just something about celery with, even if I'm doing roast beef, I like to add celery and carrots in my roast beef or my stew beef. So again, you can also add some celery to this one pot jerk chicken meal as well. And don't worry about the stuff going soggy before you cook your chicken. It will not happen, believe me. And do not mince your onions. So what I've done here, I've removed the thyme. I have some fresh Jamaican thyme here. I've removed it from the stem because I really don't like to see stems in my food. And add some of.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
So that's what, or so far, that's what we're.
They look so pretty.
And I like to clean as I go. So the best thing to do is clean as you go.
I like that
It's
idea of the
easier.
pot. You have a trash pot.
Yes. I
And you
have a
just throw
trash
it in the
pot
compost
here.
when you're done.
Yes. Believe me, I don't always clean as I go, but I highly, highly recommend it that you clean as you go. In here, I have a 1/4 cup of canola oil. You can also use olive oil. And that's just to make sure that everything is gonna stick to the veggies and also to the chicken.
Well, that's the mistake I keep making.
Okay, and when you pour your chicken in your roasting pan, it will not stick to the pan. Or you can season, we say season in the cooking term, your pan with some oil. I also have some mushroom soy sauce, dark soy sauce that I'm adding as well. And that's just to lift the color once you put it in the oven. I like to add salt for taste. This is just a teaspoon. So it's not a lot of salt. It's just a teaspoon. You don't have to add salt. You can just use, because this has enough salt in it.
I like the
But
shot glass.
I know it's a shot glass, and I just measure. I just use the measuring spoons to measure the soy sauce. And I just believe, I know the amount of chicken I have, this will not give me the flavor for the salt. But again, if you are sodium sensitive or you just want to, control your sodium intake, you do not have to add salt. All right, so I'm gonna mix this in before adding the jerk seasoning.
Oh yeah, we haven't even had the jerk yet. It's looking good. Let's see
All
some
right, so
thumbs up. Do we have
this
any
is
thumbs
what
up that
it
this is
looks
looking
like.
good? Woo!
All right, and for those of us who are Jamaican, we don't really use a wooden spoon.
No, we use the hand.
We use our hand. I'm gonna put some gloves on. I don't like to have bones poke in my hands, and I'm finicky. Like, that is just a thing for me.
Say, this is the little things. Tanya, talk about, these are the little things that the Jamaicans kind of put. This is where you put the love in your food.
Right. Your hands must
Yes.
always be clean before you start. I did wash my hands. Always wash your hands before prepping your meals. My grandmother would say, your hands clean? That's always, she always asked me, your hands clean? And she once told me that hands is what cook the food. Your hands must go in your food, so your hands must be clean. Don't just run in the kitchen and jump on, putting food together and not washing our hands.
And for food safety, actually, you wash
food
your hands
safety.
every 20 minutes.
Yes. There we go.
Oh,
And
no.
now I am going to pour my Spartree jerk seasoning.
If you ever smell it, you can't even smell, but more.
And this is a cup of Spurtree jerk seasoning because I want that spicy kick. If you do not like the spice too
The
much,
pepper.
the pepper, you don't have to add a lot of the jerk sauce. You could just narrow it down by a quarter cup.
And also, the more you have it, the longer you marinate with this jerk sauce, is the peppery it will be. So
Yes.
if you want it mild, like for your kids that don't like too much peppers, then that's a great time to just season it before you cook like
Yes.
this.
And if you want, you can add some of the
Brown stew.
Spurtree brown stew.
That's your favorite.
So
so you
that's
know.
my favorite. Believe me, the Spurtree brown stew, it goes on pretty much eat brown stew fish, brown stew chicken, jerk chicken. It goes on everything for me. I love it. If you guys haven't tried it, you should. So the Spurtree brown stew, which I will not be adding because I don't need to add it tonight. You can also add it. Make sure you work the seasoning into your meat. Make sure.
You're showing the love.
Yes, yes. There we go. All right, and now I'm removing my
The
gauze.
chicken has felt the love.
I would hope. Okay, and I'm gonna be removing my knives because I no longer need them. And my cutting board. So underneath here, you'll notice I put a wet piece of paper towel, and that's to keep my cutting board steady. So it doesn't shift.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's a good to know.
Wet paper towel.
Learning so much.
So here we go. I still think this pan is a little bit small, but I'm still gonna use it. And I'm gonna pour.
That's it?
That's it. Quick and easy. You come home from work, you don't need headaches. Believe me. Quick and easy. You can even pour this in the night before and put it in your fridge. You want to marinate it and put it on your freezer. If you have freezer space, go right ahead.
Okay, manala, more this water.
And this is what your one pot will look like before going into the oven.
No, look at that. What you think? Look at you.
Right?
All
So
right.
I'm gonna take this over to the oven. I set my oven at 450. You know, the other day someone said, why Jamaicans cook everything at 350? Because it's safe.
Yeah, that's true.
It's safe to do. But this is at
450.
450. That's the temperature I'll be cooking this at. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the oven. Make sure you have your means.
Safety first.
Yes,
That's a big meal.
it is.
So that's like a
5
5 days. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can put it in the freezer and freeze it and then have it like next week. And say if you don't want the same meal same dinner every day for 5 days.
Right.
So at this time, well,
Yeah. So that's it for now. I'm just cleaning up, getting rid
all
of-
right. So when we're cleaning up, what we're going to do is take some questions and answers. Does anybody have any questions and answers? Any comments? Okay. So how long are you cooking this for?
45 to 50 minutes. And it also depends on how thick your your drumsticks are or your thighs. It really depends. So if you're someone who, you know your way around the kitchen, you can judge when your meat is cooked.
If
And
not, use a timer.
If you don't have you can use.
Opening it up.
Pardon?
You can use Siri and say, hey Siri, set the timer for 45 minutes.
No, you can also, if you have a thermometer, you can put your thermometer at, and it should read 165 degrees.
Tyler, give me the phone.
Pardon?
Any questions? Do we have any questions? All right.
I
No questions?
do. I do.
Okay, go ahead.
When you kill them chicken there,
Where do I keep the chicken?
Where you at the nearest supermarket.
When you use your tofu, how long does it take to cook?
45 minutes to 50 minutes.
For tofu, Tanya, they are saying if you replace the chicken with tofu, how long do you leave it to cook? Because remember, they're vegetarians. That's why
Oh,
they're asking. For tofu,
Okay. For tofu, you want to make sure that
How
your
do you-
potatoes are cooked, right?
How do you raise your hand?
Half an hour. You check the potatoes, make sure that they're tender.
Okay,
Tofu,
no, no, we are calling to talk about Bozela.
Hold on.
Fatu, can you please hold on, please? We can hear you talking. Put it on.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Go ahead, Tanya. Sorry.
So for a tofu dish, half an hour because of the tofu. If you have a firm tofu, it can actually hold up to 40 minutes just to allow time for your potatoes to cook and your plantain. If you do not add the plantain and the potatoes and you're just doing a jerk tofu, no more than 30 minutes.
Okay. That's good to know. So plantain takes 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yes.
The same
At
as
400.
potatoes.
And tofu, you can lower your temperature as well, Zion and Judea, to 375.
Okay. And remember, you can use the timer. All of this information is going to be posted as well. And we have the recipe list for you.
Hi, Auntie Tanya. That looks yummy.
Thank you. Okay, so what I've done, I have a
No, not me.
How do
Oh, Fatu, do you have a question, Fatu? Oh, I just muted her.
Okay, I'll bring this over.
I didn't take the camera.
All right. So this is what your one pot jerk chicken meal should look like at the end. Again, I have chicken, and I'm just gonna plate myself a chicken and a thigh because I love food. So, you know, one piece of chicken is not enough for me. And I want protein and potatoes and carrots, some plantains.
Tanya, how come this is already cooked? This is live?
Yes, we're live.
Well, how come this is already cooked? Oh my God, that's good to do at home. Easy
This
to
is
go.
Okay, so this was, I did a prep before the session, before we started. And
Okay.
this has been in the oven for exactly 55 minutes.
Okay, I see.
Okay, and that's pretty much it. I don't want no more potatoes. So this is what your meal will look like when you're done.
Very nice, Tanya. Very nice.
And so healthy and easy to make.
Pardon?
Very healthy and easy to make.
Right. I used 5 chicken thighs and 5 drumsticks.
I know.
You can use, this can be like a family meal for 5 people depending, right? And you can have some for work, leftovers for work. If you're a single person, believe me, this can last you for a while. Also, what you can do, if you saying, okay, you know what, I don't want to eat the potatoes and all that today, you can, if you have tortilla or a pita, you can debone the chicken, stuff it in the pita with some of the veggies. So if you happen to put celery and carrots and mushroom, you can stuff that minus the potatoes if you want inside your pita. You can also top it on some salad. If you happen to buy a bag of salad, you can, again, debone your chicken and put some, or if you've used boneless chicken or chicken breast, just add some of the cooked chicken on your salad. Just try to reuse food that you've already made throughout the week and get creative with your food. Jerk seasoning, I told someone the other day that I have put jerk seasoning in my omelets. So if you're making a vegetarian omelet or just omelet, you can add jerk seasoning. Believe me,
Scrambled
it
eggs.
tastes good.
Yeah, scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, it tastes so good. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. I
Thank
hope
you
enjoyed your time.
so much, Chef Tanya. I have put the recipe in the chat. So the recipe is in the chat. Everybody say thank you to all those clapping. There's whole heap of clapping.
You're welcome. So by the way, we have is Rani on? Is Rani on?
Yes, hi,
I
good
don't know.
night, I'm here.
Oh, hi, good night. So guys, guess what? We have Rani, and she is the daughter of the owner of Spur Tree. And she's all the way in Jamaica.
Hi, come on, put your screen on.
She takes care of all the social media stuff for her father's company, which is Spur Tree. And we also have a giveaway, and I will tell you what that giveaway is going to be and the question that we'll be asking tonight. Okay, say something to our guest, Rani.
Okay, thank you so much for having me, and I think you did an amazing job and truly highlighted how easy the whole products are supposed to be. The point of Spur Tree really was to take the prep work out of creating authentic Caribbean dishes. And I mean, you beautifully showed how easy it is to literally just marinate the seasoning, marinate the chicken and put it in. So this is great for when you have kids all over the place, as you can hear mine in the background right now. You know, if you come home late from work or if you have a party coming up, you know, it's the Spur Trees, the jerk season is our flagship product, but we have so many others as well. We have a curry paste, which also does exceptionally well. And we have the brown stew, we have oxtail seasoning. So the Spur Tree line is very, we try to make it as complete as possible so that persons can get the taste of home when you're not home, basically. So
I can tell you, man, you have to understand the reason you're getting all of this jerk sauce and curry sauce is because I love it so much. I went and got it by the case.
Wow.
So tonight, everybody on the call tonight will actually get a free sample, a free bottle of these two. You get a free curry and a free jerk sauce. And you know, one of the owners gave me the best recipes with the shrimp. He just put a tablespoon in the as you mentioned earlier, the tablespoon of the curry sauce in the oil, add the coconut and fry up everything, add the coconut milk and shrimp.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. So thank you very much for distributing to Canada so I can eat personally.
Oh, no problem. It's our pleasure.
I live by it. And it's a home country. And you know, one of the things that we say in Jamaica, when you buy Jamaican, you build Jamaica.
And the Spur Tree believes in brand Jamaica. All of our pepper sauce and the mash comes from our farmers, or scallion or thyme. All of it is sourced from our local farmers. So we're a company that believes in making the entire supply chain come from Jamaica as much as possible. So that's something we're very proud of as well.
One of the things I wanted to give, we have a lot of youth on the call today, a lot of youth who are between the ages of 18 to 24, and they're entrepreneurs, they're budding entrepreneurs. What advice can you give them? Even though they're in Canada, I mean, Jamaica even harder because the opportunities, but what advice can you give to our youth watching today?
Well, what I would say is that Spur Tree, it has moved from being the brainchild of, you know, my father is one of the founders, for it to being a much bigger, medium-sized company now. But one thing my father has always said over and over is invest and do something that you're passionate about. So even when I was speaking to Chef earlier, and she was saying that she was nervous about today, and I literally was like, there's nothing that you need to be nervous about because you're so passionate about food and good flavors, and you believe in the product and what it is you do, that there's no way that you can fail. So I really would say once you are able to find what it is you're passionate about and find a way to harness that in a way that you can make profit from it, I really think that's a foolproof way in order to become an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rani.
So
You're
right
welcome.
now, and we're getting good, and our youth are already saying good advice. So I'm going to launch a poll right now. Please do the poll. Do the poll because we need to, what? Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, I know. Let me, hold on. You see now it's, okay, closed. Hold on. So now we're gonna ask you to do the poll for me.
By the way, your last question on the poll, you have no written twice. So the first one should be yes. This is
Yes,
Michelle,
thank
by
you.
the way. So just a FYI, everybody, when you click the first one, that will mean you're saying yes.
Yes,
All right.
please, thank you. Oh
FY.
my gosh.
It's okay.
Trying to do multiple things at the same time.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the feedback. I mean, she was amazing. By the way, you're natural at this. I'm not like you were looking in the camera. Oh, thank you everybody for saying thank you. Thank you all for the excellent. Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, let me just put on the,
Guys, I'm here eating, believe me.
yeah, I'm hungry.
It's so good. Okay, and we're gonna get eating soon. But
Tanya, you are just multi talented. You're just good at everything. You just have from God.
thank you, Fatu.
And thank you for the poll. So yes,
I'm
go
hungry,
ahead,
thank you.
giveaway.
So for the giveaway, we do have some Spurtree products that we be giving away. So if anyone wants to tell me, I did not mention it, the name of the representative that is on the line from Spurtree, you have a gift basket that you'll be getting.
Oh my goodness. That's a
It will be
surprise.
delivered by Rebecca and I.
What? It begins with R.
It begins with R.
Yes, we have a winner, Nadia.
Nadia,
And
you're a winner. All right.
And Tarayo, can we get two?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So we will be in touch with you. I'll get your information from Rebecca, and Rani and I, we will collaborate to get your gift baskets out to you. Okay?
Also, I'm putting my email address in the text box. Please email me that you are here today so that we can make sure that you email me your address so we can deliver you your jerk and curry sauce.
Yes, and again, I would like to let you guys know what I do is I marinate meats for your home for any occasion. It doesn't matter how small, how big. You can call me at 647-706-5397, 647-706-5397, or you can reach out to Rebecca, for those of you who know Rebecca.
And rest centers.
And rest centers, follow me on Instagram at Season Pro Flavorful.
Yes.
Season Pro Flavorful. And that's how you can find me on social media right now.
And then right now, as of Monday, Rest Centers is also Rest Centers at Rest Centers on Instagram as BY as well as BY and Peel. And we are going to be giving away a $50 $50 gift card for a campaign that we're hosting next week to get to know Rest Center. Rest Centers is an amazing organization. It's a charity in the Peel region where we help homeless and at-risk homeless youth to be, just get homes and transition and make something of their life. Because guess what? All the youth we deal with, they have so much potential. They're amazing. They inspire me.
Yes.
And we're just so excited that we can offer these workshops. Next week is why do our parents act the way they do? So please come next week, every Thursday, 7 p.m. email us and call this helpline, BYMPL at 905-863-1118, extension 0, even if you want to talk. This is COVID time. If you know somebody that's hurting, that's lonely, that is, in the Peel region, that's a Black youth that just needs some help, please call. Please make that call. Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye.
I am lonely. Bye, Tanya.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait, it's done.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Tanya. Take care.